Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ellison Cruz. Welcome back for more Professor Layton and the Curious Village. We just got done completing basically what is considered the prologue, and now I do believe we can start Chapter 1 in its entirety. I've been thinking, Professor... Oh, of course, right at... they have to start going through this right when I got done explaining it at the end of the last episode, which was like 2 minutes ago for me, so... I'm just continuing onward. So I guess if you would like a reiteration of what I just said, you can get it right here with him looking extremely dapper about the entire situation. So thank you very much. Don't be afraid to use items in the trunk. Okay, yes, it will be second nature. So off to the manor. Look at the top screen. I love how useless this top screen is. It says, "You are here," and then it says, "Head here." And it's just so demanding and just, I love it. But Reinhold Manor awaits us as we start Chapter 1. Commence as you will, and saving progress? No! Okay, so I'm fine with that for now. So we're in this area, and I do believe, before we talk to the man, we've got ourselves a couple of hint coins we can get. One there, there's another, there you are. And then, I think, there it is, okay. I wasn't sure if it was the other things, but we'll be fine. Let's see. Why don't we see what that person... Okay, of course he wants to make us talk to the random stranger in the road, and if I do believe this is one of the more fabulous characters in this game. Let's see who it is. Ah, Percy. Oh, hello. I'm Percy, St. Mysteer's unofficial writer in residence. Reinhold Manor, you ask, head up the road to the right. It's immense, so you'll know when you see it. So, of course, he's gonna be a fabulous writer, and he's gonna be telling us what to do. I've even sweetened the deal for you. If you manage to solve this puzzle, I'll tell you about this village. I've heard a great deal of gossip about this particular place. So, of course, yeah, we're gonna have ourselves a nice little puzzle here. And it's gonna be fun stuff. Puzzle number 4, where's my house? It's like he doesn't even know where he lives. Or maybe he just wants us to know. So, can you find my house? Go out the front door of my place and turn left. At the first intersection you come across, take a right, and turn right again at the following intersection. You'll come face to face with the morning sun. So if you really want to, you can go to each one of these and just kind of troubleshoot. So you can go like left from each one, and then take right at the first intersection, and then right again. But you have to know which direction is the morning sun, and it relies on prior knowledge, and that is east. So according to this compass, the morning sun is facing this direction, and since we just did that bottom area, that means all other houses that are facing that direction will be kaput, which means those 3 right over here are completely redundant. And since I know the answer to this is just really kind of a dumb one that is not that difficult. You can just go and test your hypotheses here. And as we're facing the great morning sun, I guess we can just call that good to go, because it's really easy and doesn't really require that much guesswork or any work in general after you know it. But hey, we just figured it out, and I think we're good.
Another puzzle solved.
Yes, it is. So yeah, that righteously was not enough for that. That's right. This is the problem where working backward gets the job done fastest. It takes far too long to check each house individually. Yeah, about that. I'm just gonna, you can just ignore what I just did. Impressive, I thought I'd set out to quite the puzzle, but you now know where I live. Whoops. Whatever, so, alright, the Reinhold family owns all the land and all of the buildings, so I guess you could say this town belongs to the Reinholds. That is a little suspicious and unusual, but rest assured, next time we meet, he'll have a harder puzzle for us. Not looking forward to that. But, there's actually another puzzle we can indulge ourselves with in this particular area, and it's this clock. Let's see what Professor Layton has to say. This clock tower is rather worse for the wear. Speaking of clocks, okay, so just another puzzle for us. It concerns a more modern type of clock, but never mind that to minor detail. So this is one of the few puzzles, I think only puzzle, that actually is different in the United Kingdom release, or UK version release of this game. And that's because this deals with a modern clock, whereas the UK version deals with a regular clock. So imagine a digital clock like the one shown below. How many times will the clock display 3 or more of the same number in a row over the course of one day? Now, since we're dealing with this clock that is not working in military time, I'm going to go ahead and write out all of my work as we go and do it, because I just want to be absolutely certain that I'm not just coming to BS answers and I'm not showing you how I'm getting them. So if we're going by XX to XX, we've got the first one laid out in front of us in the form of the 333. We can just keep on going in this particular fashion and get a good deal of numbers this way. And we can only go up to 5 doing this, because of course there aren't 6s on the clock. So now that we've got 0555, we can go ahead and take the first number that we got and go ahead and reverse it. And with this, we get ourselves 1110. Very nice. Okay, it's weird writing on a touch thing. I apologize for that. So we can keep going like this until we get to 1119. And we should almost already be finished, which is good for us. This stumped me the first time I played. I actually had to use all of my hints. This was the first one I had to do that on. So, okay, 17, 18, 19. Okay, now we've got a couple that these are the ones that personally screwed me over. First of which went over my mind completely. 10 o'clock on the dot. There's nothing else we can do with that. It's just 10 o'clock. And then the second one, which made me facepalm, is 1222. And that's literally the only one. Now, since we have to do it over the course of a day, we have to take all of these and multiply it by 2. Because each of these show up twice over the course of 24 hours. And with this, we get ourselves a lovely 17. But what is 17 times 2, you ask? Well, it's obviously 32, according to the game. Whatever. 34 should be the correct answer, I hope.
How does this sound?
Because if it's not... Okay. Ooh, thank God. Thank God for that. It's too early to be messing up.
Saves the day.
Oh, you said it. God damn, these DS audio bytes. Very good. A series of 3 or more of the same digit appears 34 times over the course of 24 hours. It's easy enough to spot times like 111 or 222, but many people forget about combinations like 10 o'clock or 1112. See, I got the 11 part fine, but I don't know. This is the 1222 that was throwing me off. Oh, well done, my boy. So we've got digital digits now in our puzzle index. And I think before we go, I don't think Percy really says anything else different. His name was Percy, right? Percy, the fantabulous writer. I'm dreaming up new puzzles right now. You can't force the creative process. It's like, okay, we'll get you back to your non-colleague, whatever. So let's go head back over here. Ooh, this is an interesting area. Professor, look at that man in the street. He looks very suspicious, just standing there looking at a wall. He's blocking the path. How terrible. You could go around him. He's not really in your way. Perhaps he'll move, but I have a feeling he has no intention of doing anything of the sort. He's totally typecasting that guy as a jerk. But there are a couple more coins we can grab here. There's usually 3 per screen that you can find coins in. There's another hint coin, and it should be... There it is. Alright, nice. So eventually we can go in here, but I'm thinking a little too far in advance here. Yes, I know we have to be going on our way to the manor. So let's go talk to this man. I think this guy's name is Marco? Marco. Hold up! Yes, it is Marco. He's the Marco the mobster. He's like, you seriously don't know who I am? You're crazy, man. We have business through the gate. Business with the Reinhold, is that? Something strange here. You're a fishy peer. I don't know. This guy's just gonna have a ever-evolving form of words, I guess. Alright, so he's got another puzzle for us, and this one, I do believe, is our first completely randomized puzzle. It's worth 40 picodots. It's called Lightweight. Here we have 8 small weights that all look the same. However, one of the weights in the group is slightly lighter than the rest. Using the scale 2 times, you can find out which of these weights is lighter than the rest, and so which weight is the light one. Now, there's a very easy way to find this. However, like I said, each time this will be randomized here, and we can only use the weight twice. Now, this is one of the few puzzles you can restart in case you mess up, but basically you just want to put 3 weights on each side of this, and depending on which one is the heaviest, that'll determine which side will have the light one. Okay, so according to this scale, the light weight will be on the left side here, so we'll take these off. And now we can just go at random here, just see which one of these 2 is the heaviest. Okay, and since 2 and 3 are completely equal, that means 1 has to be the lightest one. Get it? Because it's 1, and hopefully I explained that clearly enough if you somehow couldn't have figured that out. But with that, yeah! Fantastic. Got that
Critical
right.
thinking is the key to success.
Thank you for making me feel so good about myself, Professor Layton. That's right. To solve this puzzle with no guesswork. Okay, so basically exactly what I just said. But it's kind of funny. It's I like how it says if you manage to get that far, the rest is easy. Just like it's just it's easy. Don't even need to worry about it. Hey, not that bad. Pretty sharp bunch, aren't you? It's like pair of good sharp apples the 2's use. Whatever. Have we satisfied you? Can we pass, please? That was really easy. Of course you can pass. Move along. You better make sure to give my regards to Lady Dahlia. Alright, whatever. Whatever, man. I know you're from Brooklyn, the Italian side, but we can go and, oops, keep forgetting to press the stupid shoe to continue forward. Ooh, and here we've got one of my more favorite characters, but first, coin hints, or hint coins rather. There's 2, and the third one is actually right here on the boat. There it is. Now we can talk to Mr. Ramon. This guy is kind of fabulous. And just who might you be? He's like, seriously, nobody in this town knows who I am? I love it, just raises his hands up like, what the? Oh, we've all been expecting you, Professor Layton, but he does that thing so much. Look at this. A hooligan in the top. He's just such a fabulous boat farrier, and he has black lips. Did you hear that, Professor? The nerve of this fellow. Of course he's not. Now, Luke, settle down. Let me flex my memory brain muscle skills just a little bit. Yes, of course, he's like totally edging him on. Professor Layton, would you please solve this puzzle for me? Yeah, he's a little bit of a crazy fellow, but we got wolves and chicks worth 50 picaras. This is personally one of my more favorite puzzles just due to the simplicity. So get the 3 wolves and 3 chicks seen below to the other side of the river while obeying the following conditions. No more than 2 animals can ride the raft at the same time. There must be at least 1 animal on the raft in order for it to move. And if more wolves than chicks stand on either side of the river, the wolf will eat the chicks, and you have to start over. So this is actually really simple. Here's just going to tell us the basic mechanics of moving the chicks and the wolves, and basically just reiterating what I just said. So just remember that you don't always need to bring 2 animals over. So first off, we're going to bring all of our wolves over here. Well, actually, all of our wolves over to the right side first. And once we do that, we need to start working on getting all of our chicks over at the same time. Just make sure you're not overpowering them. So there we go. We have 2 and 2 so far. Now this one, hold on just a second. Oh, we need to bring 1 and 1 back in order to actually be able to do that. There we go. Now we're even. Now we bring the other chicks back over here. I like how it's going back. He's like freaking out if you leave him there. Okay, so now that all the chicks are over here, this is easy. We can just start bringing them all back on the right side. And there you go. Just simple problem solving, you guys know. Just remember, you don't always have to bring 2 animals every single time. And we have solved the difficult puzzle. It has doubled.
Another puzzle solved.
Yay. Oh, it hasn't really doubled our picarots, but damn. This puzzle can be solved in as few as 11 trips. How many trips did it take you? So, fun fact time, there are several variations of this type of river crossing puzzle, and they've appeared in writings dating back to over 1,000 years ago. Anthropology is so amazing. Oh, whatever. Do excuse my earlier rudeness. Okay, I'm done. He's gonna show us to the manor because everyone's waiting for us. Everyone? You mean there's people in this town who actually know who I am? Right this way, please. Alright, so we've got wolves and chicks in our puzzle index, and actually, before we head off, there's something very interesting I'd like to point out. In this, garden of gardens. I almost said bed of gardens, but that almost would make more sense than what I just said. Alright, they sure are pretty. Indeed they are. I'm sure someone put a lot of work into raising them. Ooh, which reminds me, hey, we get another puzzle. Would you like to hear a puzzle about raising flowers? I like his eyes like, yeah, sure, I guess. So, farm work, puzzle number 8, worth 20 picarots. This is probably the easiest puzzle in the entire game, and I don't really need to explain it. Alfred and Roland have been hired by a farm to sow flower seeds. They've been assigned a 10-acre plot of land and split it in half so they can work independently. Roland starts from the east, and Alfred starts from the west. Now, this is all you need to know because the purpose of this, what they want to know, if sowing seeds on the 10-acre plot pays $100, how much of that money should go to Roland? Well, if they're talking about how much money needs to be, divided between the two, then this is really easy. Obviously, Roland should easily get all $100. But since they're dividing it in half, well, we gotta split it down the middle because this is not focusing on how fast they can do it, just on how much. And if they're splitting it in half,
How does this sound?
that's how much the money should go. Easiest thing in the world. I hate that there was a time in my life I can remember that I've actually fallen for this stupid trick. So each person did all the work on half the field, so the pay should be half, of course. So in other words, they both had the same amount of work since each person. Okay, both the top and the bottom screen say the same. Or no, it's just very slightly worded differently in my words. It failed me. Can I just not talk? Okay, this is gonna be all I record for today. Good thinking, Luke. Like, that's the easiest one in the book. My second grade teacher taught me that one. Yeah, these aren't meant to, like, kill your head. It's just kind of, like he said, critical thinking, which is much different, but... Is this the manor? Professor? Well, you can't really see it on the bottom screen, but oh my god. Yeah, this is in that era of video games where they used both screens to show one image, a la Yoshi's Island DS. So it seems like we've come to the right place. Yes, it is. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have concluded the first chapter already. And so, we've made our way to Reinhold Manor on the east side of town, which means in the next part, we're going to have quite a bit else to do. Professor and Luke finally arrived at Reinhold Manor. Let's head in, shall we? Except I don't think we're going to head in quite yet. Yeah, you guys can wait out here for a little bit before we start chapter 2. My leg is falling asleep. Alright, so we've actually got a couple of coins out here. Just don't remember where the third one is. I think it's in one of these windows, maybe. There you are. Ha! Alright, fantastic. So, next time on Professor Layton and the Curious Village, we will go ahead, meet with Lady Reinhold, and solve a couple more pointless mysteries. You guys will see. Alright, my name's Elsa Cruz. Hope to see you guys in the next part.